Outdoorsy provides comprehensive insurance for RV owners that list their RV on the platform. It also offers renters a range of coverage options that are broken down into a few different packages. Now, the majority of the damages that are incurred by the RVs are covered by the Outdoorsy insurance. However, there are some things that are not covered, and in those cases, the renter's security deposit is used to recoup the costs associated with those repairs. So in this video, I'm going to go through those coverage options and then also give an explanation of how the security deposit works and exactly when it comes into play. So with that, let's get started with the video. Okay, so Outdoorsy provides 4 basic packages that are broken down into 4 different categories. And each one of those categories carries the following: liability coverage from the state that you're in and the minimum requirement for that coverage, and then up to $300,000 in physical protection. So anything that happens to the RV from a physical standpoint, damage-wise, it's covered there. It also provides 24 hours customer service support, which is really nice because then the renters can have somewhere to call and ask questions at any hour of the day instead of calling you. It also provides concierge service, which is nice too because it can provide, just basic information, suggestions for travel destinations and things like that can answer questions that the renter might have about where to go and kind of what to do. There's also roadside assistance, and that's nice because then the renters have the option to, call a 1-800 number in case of any type of breakdown or any type of accident or anything that happens on the road where they actually need some assistance. And then finally, it also provides windshield damage coverage. Now, each one of these categories has a different deductible level, and the essential is basically the bottom tier or the basic entry point, and that's a $1,500 deductible. The next level up is the preferred category, and that carries a $1,000 deductible and has just a few more features than the actual essential one. And that being the opportunity for the renter to have a mobile mechanic 1-800 number. Another category is the stationary package. And for renters that just want to have an RV delivered and they don't have any plans to move it at any time, they can still enjoy the coverage limits of the other packages as well. And the deductible for that is a little lower at $500 in addition to a lower overall price. The final category, which is called the peace of mind, is the premium offering that they have for the insurance packages. And that one carries a few different features that are nice too for the renters, including the mobile mechanic, RV technical assistance, so they can call if they have a question about features of the RV, things that aren't working. And then also accident interruption. In case there's an accident, they can be reimbursed for the time lost for their trip. And then also a priority support line so they can get kind of front of the line service if they do have questions for support. Owner coverage is nice because you can get up to $1 million in liability coverage and up to $300,000 in protection for damages and things like that happen to the RV. So that's really nice and comforting to know that the RV is completely covered while it's on the road and in possession of the renter. And in the event that there has to be a claim made, all that information has to be submitted within 48 hours of the return of the RV. Windshield damage can be a little tricky, and I say that because the Outdoorsy insurance coverage does cover damage to the windshield. However, it's basically any cracks, minor cracks that happen outside of the field of vision. And in my experience, and this could just be my personal experience, but the cracks that have happened to the windshield have always happened in the field of vision. And then sometimes, even if it does happen outside of the field of vision, once the vehicle's in travel and it's moving around, that crack can then split up the windshield, and now it needs a replacement. So in the case of a replacement, the deductible has to be used to recoup the costs associated with that. And usually, in my experience, for a Class E RV, it's been right around between $250 and $280 where I live in Pennsylvania. So that could vary, obviously, depending on the location and the style and type of windshield that you're dealing with. The Outdoorsy insurance only covers the RV obviously during the rental period. And outside of that, you have to, as the owner, provide your own insurance. And in many cases, most companies nowadays, they don't cover RVs, or at least the coverage is voided out if they find out the RV is listed for rent on a platform. So it's best to find out if your carrier does provide coverage for RVs if they're listed for rent. Security deposits bridge the gap for the deductible before the claim actually can be covered by the insurance. And the amount is set by the owner. However, Outdoorsy does give you a suggested amount between $500 and $1,500 as a good benchmark to charge for your security deposit. And I agree that range is pretty good. It just depends on the RV that you're renting out. So in my experience, the damages or the costs associated with those damages usually fall in the range of that $1,500 or so, or less. The great thing about Outdoorsy is that they handle the entire transaction. So the security deposit is held on the renter's credit card 2 days prior to picking up the RV. And once they return the RV, if there's no damage done, the security deposit is then returned to the renter. And you can immediately return that. You can make a claim, which has to be done within 48 hours, or you can do nothing and the deposit is then returned or released within 7 days of them returning the RV. Overall, in my opinion, the Outdoorsy insurance coverage is a great resource for RV owners and really gives you a lot of peace of mind knowing that the RV is going to be covered in case of any damage while it's on the platform being rented out. Hope this information was helpful and you got some value out of it. If you liked the video, click the like button and consider subscribing. I put together some other videos on the channel that could be helpful as well. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate you supporting the channel and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.